Hi everyone. So I will be adding some of my Depop listings to my actual website. They will be priced a lot lower, and as well with that, I have been working on a collection for like a big Halloween release that I wanted to do this October. So I was hoping to like keep making more items and then do like a crazy big release in October. I've been making some of these items since last year. And I'm just gonna say F it and like I'm just gonna start doing daily or every other day postings, and I'm just gonna start listing any of the Halloween items that I've already made on my website. All the items are one-ups, except some of the Peter Pan colors. There will be like 1 to 3 available, depending on which ones and what I've made. I will also have a bunch of beanies, Halloween styled spooky chokers, and there's a lot of other things that I'm still working on that I hope to have in my shop within like probably by summer or something. But it's mostly just a bunch of Halloween stuff, and I still hope to finish making a lot of like crystal jewelry that I've been sculpting since like 2 years ago that I just keep not finishing. So as well with that, on my last release for my Care Bear items and chokers, I did do a lot of smaller chokers that are priced like $40 to $50, $60. I have a lot of items under $100 for my Care Bears release. However, like I'm not the biggest fan of making like really small items. I feel like I take a while making each item because I take my time with stuff. With the last release, I really did try to work non-stop every day for a while until I got burned out. I was trying to make a lot, like I guess it's quality over quantity or quantity over quality. Yeah. So I was trying to make so many items, and like mostly small items. I do have a problem with getting carried away and making really big crazy items because it makes me happy even though I know that they don't sell right away compared to smaller items. But even then, some small items just kind of tend to sit in my shop. So from now on, I'm just gonna take my time making whatever items I want, even if like one choker takes me like 2 to 4 weeks to make. Like bigger items that bring joy to my heart, and I'm just gonna hope that somebody buys my bigger items, because I really want to focus on making big items because that's my favorite thing to do. So we'll see. Thanks, bye. Anyways, I kind of made it my goal last time to try and make as many chokers for a release as I could. I think that's probably like my second biggest release that I've ever done of like a bunch of items, and I thought I could finish them in 2 months, but it like took me like 5 months working on them. And that's me like rushing through those items. So it normally takes me a lot longer to make each item. I really admire people that can make like 10 to 20 chokers in one day. It like, I don't know, it's amazing. But I can't do that. I tend to sculpt my own shit, and like not everything, but like 90% of the things in my shop I sculpt myself. I sculpt my own spikes. I run all my own spikes. Like I make all my stuff mostly from like scratch myself. So it takes me a lot more work than just buying spikes and stuff, which even then, like people that do that, it's okay. Like it's still so much labor that goes into every single person's items, you know? But I feel like, I don't know, it's weird. I try to like make too many things all the time, and it's stressful. And when people complain about prices, it's like I'm a broke bitch too. So I understand, but I'm never gonna be rude or disrespectful to an artist and say like that's too expensive. No, because I appreciate their labor and I understand like how time consuming it is, and they put their heart and emotion into everything that they make, you know? And it's funny, like it wasn't until like more recent or the last few years that I actually do buy like nicer things and like more pricier things from artists. But I couldn't when I was younger, and I'm still broke. I don't have money like that to be balling or spending, but I save my money, or I do payment plans. I don't know, like when I really love something, I just buy it from an artist. Because I have a bigger appreciation now that I'm a more adult, I guess, even though I don't feel like an adult, than when I was like a teenager or in my early 20s, because I don't know. But also, I guess because I lived in apartments and stuff, so I didn't really care about decorating or having like things that I loved compared to things that I like. So before I had things I like, now I try to buy things that I really love that I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I need that in my life. And it's fine because a lot of people complain about my prices, but it's like, bro, like you have like $100 to $200 pair of shoes, and you buy ears, like fox ears, that are like $100 to like $800. Like I see people wearing some really nice ears, and it's like I shouldn't devalue my work just like other people shouldn't. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, like I understand being broke and things, and I know like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people wanted me like to have a different payment plan than like PayPal paying for. So I did update I completely switched websites, so I had to relist every item. I spent like 2 months working on my website earlier this year, like every day, moving all my listings and like putting together a whole new website where I could actually make everything from scratch, and choose all my backgrounds and stuff, which was really hard to learn to do, but also I really love how my new website looks. And what I love more about it is that I have Afterpay. So like I know a lot of people use Afterpay for a lot of things, so now it's like you could more afford something if you're doing it in payments through my website. Sometimes it's very rare, but I do sometimes do payments outside of my website if you want something big and like big from my bigger items, or if you want a big lot of like chokers. I do payments for like a 2 month payment, which is like a personal thing. If you're in the USA, I do it through Venmo. The only thing is that I don't accept those kind of payments with everybody. It's only if you constantly purchase from my website or like my shop, and I know that you're a customer that has bought a lot of the items, or like you're a collector for chokers or whatever, then I will consider like doing payments like outside of my website, or like longer payments for like really big items or a giant lot of items. Yeah, and like it's weird and it sucks. Like I am no one to judge other people's shops and stuff, but I do feel like I always see people underselling their items on the internet, because you know, like everyone tries to make affordable things, but it's like so much work to run your own thing. I spend so much time on my fucking phone. Oops, cursing. But I spend so much time on my phone that I wish I didn't have to spend. I don't love social media, and it's hard work to be posting and like making content all the time, especially when like the algorithm hates me kind of. So I still keep trying. Yeah, so it's like people don't think about that. Like I'm not even charging prices for like me posting on social media. Gas is so expensive in LA. Like I can't make a living with my art yet. I hope I could one day, but I don't know. Yes, that's my rant. Yeah, and that is all aside from me doing individual items. So I don't make multiple of items. Also, like it's not like everything sells out like right away, because I don't have that big of a following. So yeah, like if I did multiple items, it will take me hours or a day to post everything, but because I do individual single items, it takes me days. Like it'll take me days, or at least a whole week, taking pictures of my items, cropping them, posting them on my website, measuring each single item's details individually to add to my website the best I could. Yeah, so it's like that people don't think about printer, shipping supplies. Like I've spent so much money. I don't even know how I've spent so much money, because I don't even have money like that. And like even my partner sometimes is kind enough to buy me fabric or make a few like craft store errands to buy me rivets or small things that I run out of. And sometimes he buys me paints once I like pass my limit, because I cannot walk out of a craft or fabric store without spending $100 to $300 and getting carried away. Yeah, every time that happens. And I know it's pretty bad because I don't have like self-control around crafting supplies. But it's like people don't think about that. Like screws, rivets, like everything. Like my machines, a computer, paper, like it adds up so quickly. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just a random rant that I was gonna make about my shop and how I'm just gonna focus on making big, crazy items because that's what I love to do. And I'll probably do conventions, like anime conventions or different type of conventions once I am comfortable enough going out to big crowds, which probably won't be anytime soon because there's no mask. No one wears a mask anymore. And yeah. Also, random thought, but do not sexualize me or the items I make. They're strictly for fashion wear only. And it's really weird and creepy when people do that. I normally ignore these comments and things, but it is very creepy. But yeah, I'm just gonna focus on doing big items, and I'm gonna have and focusing on like making items to have for when I'm ready to do conventions. So if there's something that you like on my website, you can make an account and a wish list, because all items are only one-offs and I do not remake any of the items that I make.